So the JBL Charge 5 has been my favorite mid-size speaker to recommend for the last year, and if for some reason you need Wi-Fi, there is now a Wi-Fi version of the Charge 5. But the Soundcore Motion X500 is also very impressive, and it also sounds very open thanks to its upward firing driver. But today we are going to compare the Soundcore Motion X500 to the JBL Charge 5, and we're going to see which one's right for you. Regarding pricing, the JBL Charge 5 has a retail price of $180, but it likes to routinely go on sale for $150, and on major shopping holidays, it can go on sale for $130. Whereas the Soundcore Motion X500, it has a retail price of $170, but it likes to go on sale for $130. Nonetheless, if you want to pick either of these two speakers up, they'll be linked down below, or you can always press on the YouTube shopping button. And if you want to further support the channel, pick up a Big Head approved hat, linked down below. We've got trucker hats and snapbacks. By buying a hat, you help the unbiased and unsponsored videos coming, and it also helps us cover more products and produce more versus videos. Thank you to everyone who's already bought a hat, and look out for more designs coming soon. And also, please remember to hit that like button, and let's get subscribed. Now first, there's the design of these speakers. Now the X500 is fairly compact and it's easy enough to take on the go with you, and it's also IPX7 rated, meaning that water isn't a problem for this speaker. However, I don't feel that this speaker is extremely durable due to its mostly metal body. Now I think this metal body looks great, and for that reason I would just hate to scratch it up. Whereas with the Charge 5, this speaker has a mostly fabric body which does a great job of standing up to constant abuse from bumps and scrapes. The Charge 5 is also IPX7 rated, so water isn't a problem, but more importantly, this speaker is significantly smaller than the X500. So it's also easier to throw into your backpack. So if portability and durability is very important to you, then you do want to go with the Charge 5. Now I feel the Charge 5 looks great, but if you're looking for something to mostly use at home, I do feel the X500 looks more elegant. But when it comes to battery life, the Charge 5 has an advertised battery life of 20 hours. However, this advertised battery life of 20 hours is with this speaker playing at 50% volume. Real world use with the Charge 5 playing at 80% volume, then it's going to be good for around 12 hours playback time. Yet again, making it another reason why this is a good option if you're looking for a speaker to take on the go with you. Whereas with the X500, this speaker has an advertised battery life of 12 hours, but that's with this speaker playing at 50% volume. But real dual use with this speaker playing at 80% volume is going to be good for around 6 hours playback time. Not bad, but this is definitely one of my main critiques about the X500, because I do wish that this speaker just had a larger built-in battery in it, just given this speaker's size. But when it comes to charging these speakers, both of these speakers charge via a USB-C port, as they should. But this is the only port that you'll find on the X500, whereas with the Charge 5, this speaker also has a USB-A port so that you can charge your own devices, but you cannot plug in a USB stick and play music off of it. But more importantly, with both of these speakers, you cannot use them with a wired connection because they don't have a 3.5mm audio jack. Now, when it comes to Bluetooth connectivity, both of these speakers can be connected to two devices at the same time, so you and a friend can both be DJ. And when it comes to audio codecs, the Charge 5 only has support for SBC, whereas with the X500, this speaker has support for SBC, AAC, and LDAC. However, just keep in mind that if you want to use LDAC, you do have to be an Android user because iPhones top out at AAC, and also if you do decide to use LDAC, that is going to take an additional toll on the battery life. But with all that out of the way, let's talk about sound. And when it comes to speaker setup, these two speakers are very interesting. Now, first off, there's the Charge 5, which has a single frontward firing woofer, a single frontward firing tweeter, and dual passive radiators that shoot out the sides. And the fact that the Charge 5 has a tweeter and woofer setup is very impressive, just given its size. And this setup just helps with the overall instrument separation, because the woofer handles the mids and the tweeter handles the highs, like this.
We kept running from the shadows in the night, realizing it was not worth the fight. Moving on alone was not that right, 'cause we were never meant to be. Dum dum da dum day, dum dum da dum day, dum dum da dum day.
So like we have just seen, the woofer handles the mids and the tweeter handles the highs, thus giving the speaker better instrument separation. But then there's the X500, which has a dual forward firing woofers, dual passive radiators that shoot out the front and back, and there's an upward firing driver, which helps the speakers sound more spacious. But now we're going to jump into the sound test, and both of these speakers are playing at 87% volume.
Thought I believe in miracles. You made me realize that you're the only one. Don't need to tell me what the future holds. Oh, I'll be fine, 'cause we'll be laying in the sun. So you can let your hair down. I'll hide all of your worries away, and we don't have to go now. I wish I could live this life on replay. Don't need to make plans, it's all in your hands. I'm too busy, I'm spending all my time with you. Driving through the states, don't know what to wait. It don't matter, I'm spending all my time with you. Spending all my time. I'm spending all my time with you. I'm spending all my time. I'm spending all my time with you. I've seen your smile light up the darkest rooms. I'll put your love on top, 'cause I know you will too. You get more beautiful like flowers bloom. I've never felt this yet, it feels like deja vu. So you can let your hair down. I'll hide all of your worries away, and we don't have to go now. I wish I could live this life on replay. So you can let your hair down. I'll hide all of the worries away, and we don't have to go now. I wish I could live this life on replay. Don't need to make plans, it's all in your hands. I'm too busy, I'm spending all my time with you. Driving through the states, don't know what to wait. It don't matter, I'm spending all my time with you. I'm spending all my time. I'm spending all my time with you. I'm spending all my time with you.
So when it comes to sound quality, the JBL Charge 5 had much better instrument separation and sounded much more open than the X500. And again, that's thanks to the built-in tweeter on the Charge 5, which allows it to have better detail in the highs than the X500. Now in this sound test, I was using the Charge 5 with its bass raised by one click. But from its app, you can always go in and adjust its EQ to your liking, and you can also adjust the EQ on the Soundcore Motion X500. But regardless, the Charge 5 just has the better detail here. But when it comes to max volume performance, the X500 does get slightly louder than the Charge 5, but I still feel that the Charge 5 gets decently loud for its size. But finally, let's talk about pairing these speakers up with other speakers. Now, with the X500, you can wirelessly pair it up to one other X500 and get them to play in left and right stereo mode. However, you cannot wirelessly connect an X500 to any other Soundcore speakers. So if you have an X500, you cannot pair it up to an X600 or to a Motion 300 or to a Motion 100. But then there is the basic Charge 5, which is using JBL's Party Boost, so you can wirelessly connect it up to any of JBL's other speakers that are also using Party Boost, like let's say a Boombox 3, a Boombox 2, an Extreme 3, another Charge 5, or to a Pulse 5, or to a Pulse 4, a Flip 5, or to a Flip 6, and you can either have up to 100 speakers paired together and get them to play in sync, or if you have two of the exact same speakers, then you can get them to play in left and right stereo mode. But if you have the Wi-Fi version of the JBL Charge 5, then you do lose Party Boost, but you will be able to connect your Wi-Fi Charge 5 to any other Wi-Fi enabled speaker. Nonetheless, I do feel that if you do plan on buying multiple speakers and if you plan on pairing them up on a regular basis, especially if you're trying to use them outside of the house, like let's say at the beach or at the park, then you do want to go with JBL's speakers. But with all that being said, the Soundcore Motion X500 is an impressive speaker. However, if you do decide to go with the more premium JBL Charge 5, you are going to get better sound quality because it has better instrument separation thanks to that built-in tweeter. You're also going to get a longer lasting battery life. It's also smaller and more durable, and if you want, you can get more JBL speakers with Party Boost and pair them up. If you made it this far, I guess you enjoyed the video, so hit the like button and get subscribed. If you want to pick any of the products up, they'll be linked down below. And if you want to further support the channel, check out the merch. I made some shirts and hoodies that look and feel great. And you know I can be very particular, so I'll only slap my name on something if I'm really proud of it.